Contrary to common practice in EAC partner states, where the budget is scrutinized before it's presented and read before Parliament, the East African Community budget is scrutinized by legislators after it is presented. The EAC budgeting process is not given enough time, and this causes a stampede in the Assembly.
These processes, I recommend in future, they should be already have been done way back in the processes by allowing the committee and Parliament to fully participate in the processes. Maybe we will have highlighted a lot of these processes so that we don't have a lot of time that we take.
This is the budget committee that is only supposed to look at this document for 14 days, according to the days that were being given. What magic do we have as budget committee other than sitting late into the night to try and digest some of these documents?
Even after rigorous consultation between the Council of Ministers and officials responsible for scrutinizing the budget, the chair of Council of Ministers, who is also Burundi's minister in charge of ES affairs, Ezekiel Nibigira, turned up online to block the proceedings.
Since the chair of council is requesting to adjourn for a certain time, so that at the ministerial level, it may not even be with the committee, so that they create consensus.
He accused the MPs of editing and omitting positions they had agreed upon in the committee report. This resulted in high tempers among the regional legislators.
If we are doing our duty, somebody cannot impute to say that we are flexing muscle with another organ. We are not flexing muscle with another organ. We are doing our duty as members of Parliament.
However, the Assembly's Speaker Joseph Nakiritimana ruled against the minister's request to allow the committee chairperson Kennedy Mukuria to proceed with reading the report.
I will give the floor to the GP chair. He'll have to read his report.
There was a backlog of 265 cases at both the first instance and appellate division of the East African Court of Justice. And this has led to delay in the dispensation of justice.
Later, the Speaker adjourned the House to allow the ministers and MPs harmonize with the committee, but the process lasted for almost 3 hours.
Yesterday we agreed. Now today we had to go back to re-agree because he had to consult his council members who are all, and then again come back to the committee. It's a tedious process, right, Honorable Speaker.
The MPs were also concerned that the South Sudan minister in charge of ES affairs has never stepped in Arusha since he was appointed more than 1 year ago.
It is concerning because it is a statement, and a very strong one, that the Republic of South Sudan, particularly the government of South Sudan, does not take the function of EALA seriously.
Even when the $103 million budget was passed, it remains uncertain whether the partner states will comply to remit their contribution in time. South Sudan has areas now amounting to $29 million, and the DRC has not paid any money since they joined in July last year.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to, if possible, if we can get the commitment of the council members on when the partner states are going to meet their obligations.
Please consider activating provisions of that treaty for suspension of members that are not contributing to the community.
Nevertheless, the budget was passed with amendments reallocating some of the funds to sectors that are critical to the East African integration.
East African Court of Justice Strategic Plan. It is the considered view of the committee that these activities will be done virtually and the money be reallocated within the East African Court of Justice to cater for additional days for the court sitting to clear case backlog.
Jingo Francis, NTV.